G'day guys, we've got a couple of algebraic expressions here but we're having to solve for x, which is in the power in both expressions. Now when we have our unknown in the power, basically what this triggers for me is it triggers that I'm going to have to use log laws or logarithms as a tool to solve both of these equations if I want to solve them exactly. Alright, so let's get to it. What I've written down on the right here is I've written down what I think are the log laws that are going to be applicable to these two problems, so I can reference them easily for you guys. So let's start with 15 to the power of 2x plus 1 equals 7. Alright, so I'll separate these two questions out. So we have 15 to the power of 2x plus 1 is equaling 7. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the logarithm or the natural logarithm of both sides. The reason I take the natural logarithm is purely because it doesn't take as long as the regular one to write. So I'm going to go the natural log of 15 to the 2x plus 1 is equal to the natural log of 7. Now, from here, what I can do is I can use this this log law here to bring the power down as a coefficient. So this is going to equal 2x plus 1 ln 15 equals ln 7. So basically, the logarithms enable me to bring the power down and use it as a coefficient in front, which is quite a handy little trick. So from here, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to multiply my ln 15 into the bracket. So I'm going to be multiplying by those two. So I'm going to have 2x ln 15 plus ln 15, because 1 times ln 15 is just ln 15, is equal to the natural logarithm of 7. Cool. Now I can take the ln 15 over to the other side by minusing it from both sides, leaving me with 2x ln 15 is equal to ln 7 subtract ln 15. Cool. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to divide both sides by the natural log of 15. So and what this has the effect of doing is it cancels out on this side. And over here we're left with this function, but we're going to simplify it out on the fly. So we have 2x is equal to ln 7 on ln 15 minus ln 15 on ln 15, which is just 1. Cool. And then to get rid of the 2, so you just have x equals something, we divide both sides by 2, or we can times this side here by a half. So what we're left with is we're left with x equals a half times ln of 7 over ln of 15. Take 1, all to the power of a half, all to the half. So then there's our solution for the first problem. Now, basically what we were able to do there is we used the logarithms to get the x value, what we're looking for, down to the bottom. So taking it from the power into the coefficient and making us able to solve it using just regular algebra. So that's what logarithms is going to be your chief use for them, is to make sure the unknown is not in the power and instead it's in the base as a coefficient. All right, so let's try number 2. We'll just separate them first. Let's see if we can fit number 2 in this little box. I'll even put in a different color. All right, so what have we got? 2 to the power of 1 minus x equals 5. So the way I'm going to attack this second question is, rather than just take the natural logarithm of both sides, I'm going to use this log law here, log a to the a equals 1, to attempt to simplify this one further, just as a bit of a demonstration to you guys. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use log to the base 2. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, and I'm going to take that of both sides. So log to the base 2 of 2 to the 1 minus x equals log to the base 2 of 5. Now, like we did in this one here, we can bring the power down the front. And what we have is we have 1 take x log to the base 2 of 2 equals log to the base 2 of 5. Now what's cool about that is hopefully you guys will see this thing here. And we have log to the base 2 of 2, which is the same as this log to the base a of a, which is going to make that equal to 1. So what I'm going to do is I can then just rewrite this as 1 take x equals log to the base 2 of 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the x over to this side. I'm going to move the log to the base 2 of 5 over to this side. And I have x equals 1 take log to the base 2 of 5. Okay, so basically guys, the way to get good at these log laws, like any other problem that I explain on this channel, is just practice. But the first thing we're going to have to do is understand why we use logarithms in the first place. And when you're starting out with logarithms to solve algebraic expressions, the chief use of log laws is to get, well, it's basically this one here, is to use the logarithm to take the power to a coefficient so we can solve it a lot easier. And I guess the rest of the log laws, or in this case the other 3, are just used for sorting out the logs after we've got the power into the coefficient. But apart from that, just practice, practice, practice. I hope this video helped you, well, helped explain some of the fundamentals of using logarithms to solve algebraic expressions. But, if it did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It helps me out. Until next time, guys, enjoy your logarithms.